I'm in Spain to discover a new level of culinary dimensions. I'm experiencing a blend of authenticity and newness. Egg box breakfasts in an antique shop with homemade marmalades and meat dripping spreads. One of the greatest sandwiches of my life. Hot pork with crackling, lubricated with some sort of meat juice sauce. Standing at tapas vendors with the locals, experiencing deep fried baby squid, juicy pill prawns in finely sliced garlic and chili flakes, all finished off with wood-fired king prawns on a stormy beach. This trip blew my mind, and here's a taste of my favourite spots. I'm at La Recova in Malaga, and as you can see, it's an antique shop that sells breakfast from an egg carton. In the antique shop, they've got old bicycles up there. They have an old sewing machine that looks about 200 years old iron, terracotta pots, all sorts of bric-a-brac, and then you get this breakfast in an egg carton with an orange juice, slice of toast. There's only one thing on the menu for breakfast here, and that's simply breakfast. You get what you were given in the egg carton, and they don't speak English, so the lovely waitress described what was in here, but I had no idea what she said. It was down to egg carton, Russian roulette, and don't let looks deceive you, a lot of this tasted great. It's all homemade, marmalades, jams, sauces. This is like an orange marmalade. Oh wow. Holy, doesn't really look that appetizing, but that first one I've just tried, honestly, is insane. But that is incredible. I know right away what that is. It tastes exactly like szmalek, which you get in Poland, which is like a beef dripping, beef fat, and you spread it on toast. It tastes exactly like the Polish stuff. This is the szmalek, which looks mad. It's beef dripping spread on a toasted, grilled piece of sourdough. That is so good. A tomato-based dip that tasted like gazpacho, another that was possibly some sort of mackerel pate, another that had bold sun-dried tomato flavours. This breakfast was fun and creative, and for €1.60, about £1.30, I'm in love with the simplicity and the honesty. This is fast food, which doesn't take a week off your life expectancy with every bite. I like this one. Can I get a sandwich? Yeah, please. And this is it the shoulder or?
This is the belly, sir.
The belly. Oh, the pork belly. Pork belly.
Ah.
Some crackling in the skin in the sandwich. Thank you. I entered the indoor market hunting for seafood, but a sample at this stall sucked me in, and this was my favourite bite of the trip.
Is it yours or is it mine?
This is mine. Insane. Oh my days. Little crispy bits. Wow. The meat is just melting in your mouth. There's loads of crackling in there. There's loads of flavour. coming through from that sauce. This is so naughty. There's a butcher's in my hometown where I grew up, Darlington, and the butcher's is called Taylor's, and they do hot pork sandwiches, and I used to get them as a kid. I've always loved hot pork sandwiches, but this is next level. It's the best hot pork sandwich I've ever had. It's the juice it's cooked in. The bread is soaked in that juice. You could see she kind of dripped ladles of juice over the pork once you put it in the baguette. The baguette's lovely and soft. Pork is just melting in your mouth. There's loads of crackling in there. There's loads of flavour coming through from that sauce, that juicy sauce. Just a beautiful, decadent sandwich. So naughty. Am I going to feel guilty about this? Hell no. €6. Value for money as well. If you had somewhere in London selling a pork sandwich as good as that, stuffed with meat, flavour, crackling, for £6, it would be viral.
The belly and the leg is the special house here.
Where does the pork come from?
It's from Galicia, not from Malaga.
Okay.
From the north of Spain.
This is the closest I might ever get to heaven. That can't be beaten. That cannot be beaten. I might just go home and just finish on a high. There's loads of seafood stalls in here, and it looks really fresh. So loads of shellfish, prawns, octopus, oysters. Okay, so I'm just standing at one of the tapas stalls in the indoor market, and there's so many seafood options. A lot of the stalls do seafood, and there's so many options, but I've gone for the pil prawns, which is a Spanish classic. I had it the other day, obviously somewhere else. It's incredible. And I've gone for the squid as well. Great stall here. There's probably about 8 or 10 seafood stands down this side of the market. There's more up the other end of the market and outside. But down this side, I think it's more the authentic ones. I think up the other end of the market is more the touristic ones. I went to one of them and a single prawn was €18. Down here it seems to be a lot cheaper. It's a lot busier. A lot of the people standing around these stalls are Spanish, obviously a good sign. And here's the squid, thank you very much. Yes. Fourth time I've had squid on this trip. It never disappoints in Spain. They get the batter over here just right. It's that really light, almost tempura-like batter. You don't want a beer batter on calamari or squid. You want a very light batter. The pil prawns arrived, juicy, uber garlicky, hit of chilli, swimming in garlic chilli oil. This was just an awesome experience to stand here with the locals and taste this fresh Spanish seafood. One last stop to show you, and how could I not visit one of these huts one last time? Dotted along the coast, you can pick from a range of seafood to have wood-fired right in front of you. It's just about keeping it simple, keeping it fresh, and the last day, it was a stormy one. Look at this, bro. You do not get fresher than this. Cooked on the beach. We're in Estepona, and they have these little boats along the beach, and they cook fresh fish, octopus, squid, prawns in the little boats, wood fired. The boats are full of sand, and they stick the fish or the prawns in a skewer and they stick it in the sand, and they move the skewer closer and further away from the fire depending on how they're cooking it. So they start it off right close to the fire, then they move it away. What a setting. This is what street food analysis is all about. Right, let's crack one of these open. Don't want to waste any of that precious, luscious meat. A little bit of lemon. on there. Yes, yes. Does it get any better? I mean, it could be a little bit better. It could be less windy. Oh baby. Silky, glistening meat. I really struck up a bond with the chef. My guy. One of those situations where neither of you understand each other, but somehow you still get on and have a laugh together. Beautiful. 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 Thank you. To say thank you. Thank you very much. This is the closest I might ever get to heaven.